Have you ever finished a workday feeling completely exhausted? Yet when you look back, you cannot clearly answer what you did today that truly mattered. You stay busy from morning until night. Your schedule is packed. Task after task, messages keep coming, emails keep coming, deadlines stack on deadlines. You go home with a drained body and an empty mind. And in the rare moment when everything finally gets quiet, you ask yourself a question that is painfully real and strangely hard to answer. Why am I working this much and my life still does not feel any better? Some days you try to comfort yourself by saying everyone is like this. That in this era, if you want to survive, you have to stay busy. That if you do not push harder than other people, you will be left behind. But deep inside, you feel something very clearly. The problem is not only the tiredness. The problem is that this tiredness does not feel like progress. You are burning a huge amount of energy, but the direction is blurry. You are doing a lot, but you are not sure what you are actually building. Many people believe their enemy is too much work, too much pressure, too many demands from other people. But if you are honest enough, you will recognize a harder truth. The biggest enemy is not outside. It is inside you. It is the version of you that believes doing more will automatically make everything better. It is the version of you that uses busyness to hide the fact that you do not truly know what matters most. It is the version of you that keeps running nonstop but never stops to ask where you are running to. Today I am not here to tell you to work harder. You have worked hard enough. I am not here to tell you to try even more. You have already tried so much. What I want to tell you is different. Do not work more. Work the right way. Because working more will not save you from waste. Only working right can do that. Working the right way is not doing less out of laziness. It is doing less of what does not matter, so you can protect your energy for what creates real value. It is the difference between someone who stays busy for life and someone who moves forward step by step. And the line between those two lives is not ability. It is discipline, perseverance, and self-control. Here is a truth that very few people want to admit. Many people do not fail because they are not good enough. They fail because they are scattered. They do too many things at the same time, but they never go deep enough on anything. They constantly react to urgent tasks, but they delay the important work. Then they convince themselves they have worked incredibly hard while the results move further away. Working the right way starts when you dare to face the truth that not every effort has the same value. Some tasks can take your entire day and still bring you nowhere. Other tasks, if you do them correctly and do them consistently, can completely change the direction of your life. The problem is that very few people are awake enough to tell the difference. Jim Rohn once said that if you do not design your own life, there is a strong chance you will fall into someone else's plan. And in that plan, there is rarely room for your dreams. This is exactly true at work. If you do not actively decide what deserves your time, you will be pulled by other people's calendars, by other people's urgency, by tasks that do not move you forward at all. Discipline in this context is not forcing yourself to work more. Discipline is daring to say no to unimportant tasks, even when they are easy, and even when they make you feel busy. Discipline is choosing hard but right work instead of easy but meaningless work. This is where so many people stumble. They do not lack energy. They lack the courage to focus. Bryant Tracy once said that successful people are not the ones who do the most tasks. They are the ones who do the most important task first. But to live that way, you must accept a clear price. The price of not looking busy in the usual way. The price of being misunderstood as slow. The price of facing discomfort because you can no longer hide behind busyness. Many people work from morning until night just to avoid one question. What am I really building? Busyness becomes a convenient armor. It makes you feel useful. It helps you avoid the fear that you might be heading in the wrong direction. But that armor also blocks your vision. Working the right way requires you to slow down at a few critical moments. Not to become lazy, but to see more clearly. To see which work creates long-term value. To see which work only consumes time. To see what you are avoiding by staying constantly occupied. Perseverance here is not clinging to everything you are doing. Perseverance is clinging to what is right, even when it does not produce results immediately. Many people quit the right work because they do not see fast results, while they stay loyal for a long time to the wrong work because it feels familiar. That is one of the most common paradoxes of modern life. Will Smith once said he does not believe he is the most talented. He only believes he can tolerate discomfort longer than other people. But the discomfort he is talking about is not working more hours. It is the discomfort of focus, the discomfort of repeating one important thing every day while 1,000 more exciting distractions are calling your name. Self-control is what keeps you from being dragged by urgent but unimportant tasks. Without self-control, your schedule will always be taken over by notifications, by other people's requests, by tasks that give you instant busyness. Then, at the end of the day, you feel tired again, empty again, and you ask again why you did so much but went nowhere. Working the right way is not a surface skill. It is a way of living. It reflects how you respect your time. It reflects whether you dare to take responsibility for your energy. It reflects whether you are serious about your life or you are letting it drift inside endless busyness. When you truly understand this, something important changes. You stop feeling proud of being busy. You start feeling proud of being clear. Clear about what you are doing. Clear about why you are doing it. Clear about what must be completed today, so tomorrow you do not have to live with regret. When you begin to live with that clarity, you will notice something strange. You do less than before, but you feel progress more clearly. You no longer need to prove that you are busy. You no longer need to reassure yourself that if you just push a little more, everything will be fine. Instead, you start feeling certainty. Certainty that what you are doing today is directly connected to where you want to be in the future. And that certainty is more valuable than any packed calendar. Working the right way begins with a redefinition of what efficiency really means. Efficiency is not how many tasks you complete in a day. Efficiency is whether after one day you are closer to what matters most in your life. Some days you may complete only one task, but if that task is the right one that day, is worth more than dozens of busy days before. The problem is that very few people dare to live like this, because it forces you to give up the illusion that you are doing a lot. The biggest enemy of working the right way is familiarity. You are used to reacting. You are used to opening your email first thing in the morning and letting it decide the rhythm of your day. You are used to handling urgent tasks first and pushing important work to later. You are used to ending the day exhausted and calling that proof that you tried your best. But familiar does not mean right. That familiarity keeps you trapped in a loop that is hard to escape. Discipline shows up here as a clear boundary. Discipline is not forcing yourself to work overtime. Discipline is protecting time for your most important work, even when no one asks you, no one reminds you, and no one checks. Discipline is deciding in advance that every day, no matter how busy you are, you will give your best energy to long-term value, not to short-term firefighting. Many people think they lack discipline because they cannot work non-stop for many hours. But the truth is often the opposite. They lack discipline because they cannot stop at the right moment. They cannot say no. They cannot ignore what is not important. So their energy gets split, worn down, and wasted until there is nothing left for what actually matters. Bryant Tracy emphasized that one of the most important skills of a mature person is the ability to identify the most important task and do it first. Not after you finish small chores. Not when you have extra time. First. This sounds simple, but it requires high discipline because the most important task rarely feels pleasant right away. It is hard. It requires thinking. It requires focus. And it does not give you instant rewards the way answering an email or checking off small tasks does. Working the right way means accepting short-term discomfort in exchange for long-term freedom. You accept that there will be days when you do not look busy in the usual sense. Days when you have fewer things to show off. But in exchange, you are building a strong foundation for your life. And that foundation cannot be built through constant distraction. Perseverance in working the right way is perseverance in focus. Not persevering at everything, but persevering at a small number of important things for long enough. Many people underestimate the power of repeating one right action every day. They love the feeling of change. They love the feeling of starting over. But life does not reward the person who starts the most. Life rewards the person who finishes. Will Smith once said he does not allow himself to jump off the treadmill. Not because he loves pain, but because he understands that if he jumps off when it gets uncomfortable, he teaches himself a dangerous lesson. That whenever it gets hard, he can quit. And if that lesson is repeated enough, it destroys any potential. The same is true at work. Every time you abandon an important task to do an easier one, you are training yourself to avoid. Self-control is what keeps you from betraying your own right choices. Self-control is not controlling everything in life. Self-control is not letting small distractions destroy a big direction. A message should not ruin a deep focus session. An unimportant request should not take over your entire day. A moment of fatigue should not decide the trajectory of your life. Many people feel like they work too much and still are not effective, but they do not realize the problem is not the workload. It is decision-making. Every day, you make hundreds of small decisions. What to do first, who to respond to, what to spend your energy on. And if those decisions are not guided by clear values, they will be controlled by emotion and circumstance. Steve Jobs once said that focus is not saying yes to the important things. Focus is saying no to hundreds of other things. And very few people are willing to do that because saying no means accepting missing out. Accepting that you cannot please everyone. Accepting that you will not be involved in everything. But if you cannot accept missing small things, you will miss your own life. Working the right way is when you start to see the connection between what you do today and who you become in a few years. You no longer work just to finish the day. You work to build. Each small action becomes a brick, and you become careful about which bricks you place into that structure. Here is a blunt truth. No one burns out from working the right way. People burn out from working the wrong way for too long. Burnout comes from chasing urgent tasks. Burnout comes from lack of meaning. Burnout comes from the feeling that you are trying so hard but going nowhere. When you change the way you work, you do not only change results, you change the experience of living every day. You start ending your day with a different feeling. Not always excitement, but peace. Peace that today you did what needed to be done. Peace that even if it is not perfect, you are moving in the right direction. And that peace creates a durable kind of energy, an energy that does not come from pressure, but from consistency. And this is where a crucial question appears. If you continue working the way you are working now, where will you be in 5 years? And if you start working the right way today, even with one small change, who could you become in 5 years? No one can answer that question for you, but every single day through how you use time and energy, you are quietly answering it. If you find this message valuable, please leave a like, share it with someone who needs it, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Success made simple, so we can keep building the best version of ourselves together. There is a moment in every working life that you cannot avoid forever. A moment when you realize you have become very good at trying, but you have never truly stopped to ask what direction your trying is taking you. You have trained yourself to do more, to stay later, to sacrifice personal time, to take pride in being able to handle pressure. But the further you go, the more you feel a quiet contradiction that you cannot ignore. You work more, yet the results do not rise proportionally. You are more exhausted, yet the sense of progress feels weaker. And that is when the right question finally shows up. Am I working the wrong way? Working the right way does not start with productivity hacks. It does not start with a new app, a new calendar system, a new set of shortcuts. It starts with a hard kind of honesty. The honesty to admit that not every effort is equally valuable. Some efforts move you forward, other efforts only make you feel busy. And the difference between those two kinds of effort decides whether you are building a future or consuming your present. A lot of people confuse hard work with effective work. They believe that if they are hardworking enough, life will automatically improve. But hard work without direction is just exhaustion that society applauds. You can work 12 hours a day and still be stuck in the same place if those 12 hours are not invested in high-value activities. You do not need more hours. You need better choices. Discipline in working the right way is not about forcing yourself to do more. It is about discipline selection. Selection of what deserves your best energy. Selection of what must be done first. Selection of what must be removed. And this is the part most people resist because removing is harder than adding. Adding tasks gives you the feeling of momentum. Removing tasks forces you to admit something uncomfortable, that you may have been spending years doing things that were never truly necessary. Bryant Tracy talked often about high-value activities, the few actions that create the majority of your results. He emphasized that your life changes when you learn to identify the most important task and do it first. Not after you check messages, not after you clear small tasks, not after you warm up with easy work. First. Because your best mental energy does not last all day. You either spend it on what matters, or you waste it on what is loud. That is where most people lose. They start their day by reacting. They let the first email define the first hour. They let the first request define the first priority. They let the urgency of other people hijack the direction of their own life. Then they wonder why years pass and they still feel behind. Because they have been living inside other people's priorities. Jim Rohn said that if you do not design your life, you will fall into someone else's plan. The same thing is true about your day. If you do not design your day, you will fall into someone else's agenda. And in someone else's agenda, there is rarely space for your growth. There is rarely time for your deep work. There is rarely room for your dreams. Working the right way requires you to build a boundary around what matters. It requires you to protect time that no one else will protect for you. And this is where discipline becomes real. Discipline is not waking up at 5 in the morning just to brag about it. Discipline is saying no, even when it is inconvenient. Discipline is choosing the important task even when it is uncomfortable. Discipline is refusing to trade long-term value for short-term relief. Many people believe they lack discipline because they cannot push themselves to work nonstop for long hours. But the truth is that many of them lack discipline because they cannot stop. They cannot say no. They cannot ignore what is not important. They cannot disconnect. So their energy gets scattered into 1,000 tiny pieces until there is nothing left for what actually moves the needle. This is how a person becomes busy, but not effective. They are constantly active, but rarely impactful. They are always doing, but rarely building. And that is one of the most dangerous places to live because it feels productive on the surface while it quietly steals your future underneath. Working the right way means you stop measuring yourself by how tired you are. You stop measuring yourself by how many hours you sacrifice. You start measuring yourself by impact, by clarity, by progress. Because being tired is not a badge of honor. Being effective is. And this is where perseverance changes shape. Perseverance is not stubbornly holding on to everything you started. Perseverance is the ability to stay committed to what is right long enough for it to grow. Most people quit the right thing too early because it does not reward them quickly. At the same time, they stay loyal to the wrong thing for years because it feels familiar. That is not perseverance. That is inertia. Inertia is one of the most powerful enemies of a meaningful career. Inertia makes you repeat yesterday because yesterday did not collapse. Inertia makes you accept a schedule you hate because it is normal. Inertia makes you stay in shallow work because it gives you instant satisfaction. And then one day you wake up and realize you have been living on autopilot. Will Smith's treadmill story is not about physical training. It is about the mindset of staying when it gets uncomfortable. The discomfort is not more work. The discomfort is focus. The discomfort is repetition. The discomfort is doing one important thing every day while distractions scream for your attention. The discomfort is not being entertained by your own busyness. The discomfort is sitting with the hard task long enough for mastery to form. That is why self-control becomes the third pillar, because even if you have discipline to choose and perseverance to stay, you still need self-control to protect your choices from sabotage. Self-control is what keeps you from chasing every notification. Self-control is what keeps you from checking your phone every few minutes. Self-control is what keeps you from letting other people's urgency become your emergency. Self-control is what keeps you from collapsing your priorities the moment you feel stressed. Without self-control, you will always be hijacked. You will be pulled into the loudest problem, not the most important one. You will be dragged by the newest message, not the deepest goal. You will spend your best hours on shallow tasks, then wonder why you never have time for meaningful progress. Steve Jobs said that focus is saying no. And it is not a casual no. It is a disciplined no. A no that protects the direction of your life. A no that protects your future self. A no that allows you to go deep instead of wide. Because you cannot build something meaningful with a mind that is constantly interrupted. This is where working the right way becomes a lifestyle. It is not only about productivity, it is about respect. Respect for your time, respect for your energy, respect for your life. Because every day you are either investing those resources or spending them. And if you spend them on the wrong things long enough, you will look back and realize you traded your best years for a full inbox. Many people think the goal is to manage time, but time cannot be managed. Time will pass no matter what. What you manage is attention. What you manage is energy. What you manage is choice. Your life is shaped not by how many hours you have, but by what you do with the hours you are given. Boundaries built through saying no repeatedly. Boundaries built through choosing long-term clarity over short-term approval. When you reach this stage, your relationship with work changes. You no longer wake up asking, what do I have to do today? You wake up asking, what deserves my best energy today? That one question changes everything. Because your best energy is limited. And once it is gone, you cannot buy it back with coffee or motivation. You start structuring your day around energy instead of urgency. High-value work gets your sharpest hours. Shallow tasks get leftovers or get eliminated entirely. Meetings become intentional, messages become scheduled, notifications become optional, and suddenly your day stops feeling like a battlefield and starts feeling like a build site. This does not mean your life becomes easy. It becomes honest. Honest about trade-offs, honest about limits, honest about what matters and what does not. You stop pretending you can do everything. And paradoxically, by doing less, you begin to accomplish more. At this stage, perseverance takes on a deeper meaning. Perseverance is no longer about pushing harder. It is about staying aligned. Staying aligned with your priorities when distractions tempt you. Staying aligned with your values when pressure tries to bend you. Staying aligned with your direction when results lag behind effort. There will be days when the old habits call you back. Days when stress makes busyness feel safer than focus. Days when it feels easier to answer messages than to sit with a hard problem. Days when distraction whispers that progress can wait. And those days are not failures. They are tests. Every test asks the same question. Will you return to who you were, or will you remain who you decided to become? This is where self-control becomes visible, not in dramatic moments, but in small, invisible ones. The moment you ignore the phone, the moment you delay a response, the moment you stay with the difficult task instead of escaping, the moment you close the browser, the moment you protect a block of time. No one applauds those moments, but those moments compound. Over time, something profound happens. You begin to trust yourself because you keep your word to yourself. You say you will work on what matters and you do it. You say you will protect your focus and you do it. That trust becomes confidence. Quiet confidence, the kind that does not need validation. And when confidence grows, anxiety shrinks. Because anxiety often comes from knowing you are avoiding what matters. When you stop avoiding, the noise fades. You may still face pressure, but it no longer controls you. You are no longer running. You are moving with intention. This is why people who work the right way often feel lighter even when responsibilities are heavy. They are not carrying unnecessary weight. They are not trying to please everyone. They are not chasing every opportunity. They are not reacting to every demand. They are choosing. Now imagine this over years. Not weeks, not months, years. Imagine consistently investing your best energy into the right work. Imagine compounding focus instead of scattering effort. Imagine building skills deeply instead of touching everything lightly. Imagine waking up knowing your work aligns with your values. That is not just productivity, that is peace. This is the part most people never experience because they quit too early. They try working the right way for a short time. Then results do not come fast enough. Then doubt appears. Then they return to busyness because busyness gives instant feedback. Notifications, messages, meetings, urgency. All of it feels like progress but produces nothing lasting. You must be patient enough to let depth grow. Depth grows slowly, mastery grows quietly, impact grows invisibly before it becomes obvious. And if you cannot tolerate that silence, you will never build anything meaningful. Steve Jobs understood this deeply. He understood that saying no was not a limitation. It was a strategy. Every no strengthened the yes. Every removal sharpened focus. Every simplification increased power. That mindset is not just for companies. It is for lives. Your life also needs a product strategy, a clear direction, a refusal to build everything, a commitment to build the right thing well. And that starts with asking yourself hard questions. What am I optimizing for? Approval or impact? Comfort or growth? Activity or direction? The moment you answer honestly, your behavior must follow. Otherwise, clarity becomes another form of entertainment, something you enjoy thinking about but never live. Now let me say this clearly. Working the right way does not mean you never work hard. It means your hard work is targeted, intentional, purposeful. It means when you push, you know why. When you rest without guilt. Because rest is not escape, it is maintenance. You stop burning yourself to prove something. You start investing yourself to build something. And that shift changes everything. There will still be pressure, there will still be deadlines, there will still be difficult days, but you face them differently. You do not panic, you prioritize, you do not overload, you choose, you do not scatter, you focus. This is how burnout disappears. Not by doing less forever, but by doing right consistently. Burnout is not caused by effort, it is caused by misaligned effort. Effort without meaning, effort without direction, effort without control. When effort aligns with values, energy returns. When work aligns with purpose, motivation stabilizes. When focus aligns with direction, progress becomes inevitable. So now the question becomes very simple. Are you willing to live this way? Not perfectly, consistently. Are you willing to let go of the identity of being busy? Are you willing to stop measuring your worth by exhaustion? Are you willing to protect your time like it matters because it does? Boundaries built through saying no repeatedly. Boundaries built through choosing long-term clarity over short-term approval. When you reach this stage, your relationship with work changes. You no longer wake up asking, what do I have to do today? You wake up asking, what deserves my best energy today? That one question changes everything. Because your best energy is limited. And once it is gone, you cannot buy it back with coffee or motivation. You start structuring your day around energy instead of urgency. High-value work gets your sharpest hours. Shallow tasks get leftovers or get eliminated entirely. Meetings become intentional, messages become scheduled, notifications become optional, and suddenly your day stops feeling like a battlefield and starts feeling like a build site. This does not mean your life becomes easy. It becomes honest. Honest about trade-offs, honest about limits, honest about what matters and what does not. You stop pretending you can do everything. And paradoxically, by doing less, you begin to accomplish more. At this stage, perseverance takes on a deeper meaning. Perseverance is no longer about pushing harder. It is about staying aligned. Staying aligned with your priorities when distractions tempt you. Staying aligned with your values when pressure tries to bend you. Staying aligned with your direction when results lag behind effort. There will be days when the old habits call you back. Days when stress makes busyness feel safer than focus. Days when it feels easier to answer messages than to sit with a hard problem. Days when distraction whispers that progress can wait. And those days are not failures. They are tests. Every test asks the same question. Will you return to who you were, or will you remain who you decided to become? This is where self-control becomes visible, not in dramatic moments, but in small, invisible ones. The moment you ignore the phone, the moment you delay a response, the moment you stay with the difficult task instead of escaping, the moment you close the browser, the moment you protect a block of time. No one applauds those moments, but those moments compound. Over time, something profound happens. You begin to trust yourself because you keep your word to yourself. You say you will work on what matters and you do it. You say you will protect your focus and you do it. That trust becomes confidence. Quiet confidence, the kind that does not need validation. And when confidence grows, anxiety shrinks. Because anxiety often comes from knowing you are avoiding what matters. When you stop avoiding, the noise fades. You may still face pressure, but it no longer controls you. You are no longer running. You are moving with intention. This is why people who work the right way often feel lighter even when responsibilities are heavy. They are not carrying unnecessary weight. They are not trying to please everyone. They are not chasing every opportunity. They are not reacting to every demand. They are choosing. Now imagine this over years. Not weeks, not months, years. Imagine consistently investing your best energy into the right work. Imagine compounding focus instead of scattering effort. Imagine building skills deeply instead of touching everything lightly. Imagine waking up knowing your work aligns with your values. That is not just productivity, that is peace. This is the part most people never experience because they quit too early. They try working the right way for a short time. Then results do not come fast enough. Then doubt appears. Then they return to busyness because busyness gives instant feedback. Notifications, messages, meetings, urgency. All of it feels like progress but produces nothing lasting. You must be patient enough to let depth grow. Depth grows slowly, mastery grows quietly, impact grows invisibly before it becomes obvious. And if you cannot tolerate that silence, you will never build anything meaningful. Steve Jobs understood this deeply. He understood that saying no was not a limitation. It was a strategy. Every no strengthened the yes. Every removal sharpened focus. Every simplification increased power. That mindset is not just for companies. It is for lives. Your life also needs a product strategy, a clear direction, a refusal to build everything, a commitment to build the right thing well. And that starts with asking yourself hard questions. What am I optimizing for? Approval or impact? Comfort or growth? Activity or direction? The moment you answer honestly, your behavior must follow. Otherwise, clarity becomes another form of entertainment, something you enjoy thinking about but never live. Now let me say this clearly. Working the right way does not mean you never work hard. It means your hard work is targeted, intentional, purposeful. It means when you push, you know why. When you rest without guilt. Because rest is not escape, it is maintenance. You stop burning yourself to prove something. You start investing yourself to build something. And that shift changes everything. There will still be pressure, there will still be deadlines, there will still be difficult days, but you face them differently. You do not panic, you prioritize, you do not overload, you choose, you do not scatter, you focus. This is how burnout disappears. Not by doing less forever, but by doing right consistently. Burnout is not caused by effort, it is caused by misaligned effort. Effort without meaning, effort without direction, effort without control. When effort aligns with values, energy returns. When work aligns with purpose, motivation stabilizes. When focus aligns with direction, progress becomes inevitable. So now the question becomes very simple. Are you willing to live this way? Not perfectly, consistently. Are you willing to let go of the identity of being busy? Are you willing to stop measuring your worth by exhaustion? Are you willing to protect your time like it matters because it does? You do not need to change everything today. You need to change one thing, one choice, one boundary, one priority. And then repeat it tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Over time, you will look back and realize something extraordinary. You did not work more, you worked better. You did not run faster, you walked straighter. You did not sacrifice your life, you built it. This is what do not work more, work the right way really means. It is not a slogan, it is a standard that asks for discipline, that demands perseverance, that requires self-control, and that rewards you with a life that moves forward instead of spinning in place. Now slow down for a moment, not to stop, to reflect. If you continue working the way you are working now, where will you be in 5 years? Not emotionally, practically, skill-wise, direction-wise. And if you begin working the right way today, even with one small shift, who could you become? You do not need a perfect plan. You need a clear one. You do not need to do everything. You need to do what matters. You do not need more hours. You need more intention. And when you choose that path, day after day, quietly, without drama, without excuses, without noise, you will no longer wonder whether you are wasting your time. You will know. if you want me to continue into the final closing section for the Success Made Simple channel, where we turn this into a powerful call to action and anchor this mindset into a long-term identity, just say continue, and I will finish it with the same depth and tone. Now we come to the final shift, not the loud one, not the dramatic one, the quiet one that decides everything. Because at the end of all reflection, all clarity, all insight, your life does not change because you understand more. It changes because you choose differently when no one is watching, when there is no applause, when there is no urgency forcing your hand, when it is just you and a decision. This is where most people go back to old patterns, not because they disagree with what they have heard, but because they underestimate the cost of consistency. They want transformation without friction, progress without discomfort, clarity without sacrifice. And that combination does not exist. Working the right way demands something very specific from you. It demands that you stop outsourcing responsibility for your time, that you stop blaming circumstances, that you stop hiding behind workload, that you stop waiting for permission to protect your focus. No manager will give you permission to work with intention. No environment will automatically slow down for you. No one will tell you when to stop being busy and start being effective. That decision belongs to you alone. And once you make it, you must defend it daily. This is where many people misunderstand discipline. They think discipline is about forcing yourself to work harder. It is not. Discipline is about enforcing standards when it would be easier not to. Standards about what you say yes to, standards about what you allow into your day, standards about what deserves your attention. When you enforce those standards consistently, your life begins to reorganize itself around them. Chaos loses ground, distraction loses power, and direction becomes visible. At this stage, work stops feeling like something that happens to you. It becomes something you direct. You are no longer reacting to time. You are allocating it. You are no longer drowning in tasks. You are selecting outcomes. This is when effort finally feels meaningful, because it is no longer scattered. It is no longer desperate. It is no longer fueled by fear. It is focused. It is deliberate. It is calm. Calm does not mean easy. Calm means controlled. You stop asking, how can I do more? And start asking, what deserves to be done at all? You stop chasing urgency and start building importance. You stop measuring days by exhaustion and start measuring them by alignment. Alignment between what you do and who you want to become. This alignment creates a deep internal stability. You are no longer pulled apart by competing priorities. You are no longer torn between 10 directions. You are no longer living in constant mental noise. Instead, you experience something rare. Mental quiet, not emptiness. Clarity. And from clarity comes confidence. Not loud confidence. Grounded confidence. The confidence that comes from knowing you are investing your life where it matters. The confidence that does not need validation. The confidence that does not rush. This is why people who work the right way often appear slower on the surface, but stronger over time. They are not in a hurry because they are not lost. They are not frantic because they are not scattered. They are not exhausted because they are not wasting energy. They understand something most people never fully accept. Time is not your enemy. Misuse is. So now let me bring this home to you. Very personally, you do not need to overhaul your entire life today. You do not need to quit your job. You do not need to disappear. You do not need a radical reinvention. You need one honest decision. One decision about what truly matters right now. One decision about what you will stop doing to protect what matters. One decision about how you will use your best hours tomorrow. And then you need to repeat that decision again and again and again. This is how transformation actually happens. Not through intensity, through consistency. There will be days you slip, days you get pulled back into urgency, days you feel overwhelmed again. That does not mean you failed. It means you noticed. And noticing is power. Each time you notice sooner, you regain control faster. Over months, something remarkable happens. Your work begins to compound. Your skills deepen. Your reputation shifts. People stop seeing you as busy and start seeing you as effective. Opportunities align differently, not because you chased them, but because your focus made you visible. And internally, something even more important changes. You stop feeling like your life is leaking through your fingers. You stop wondering where your time went. You stop questioning whether you are wasting your potential. You know where your energy goes. You chose it. This is the real reward of working the right way. Not productivity, not efficiency. Ownership. Ownership of your time. Ownership of your direction. Ownership of your life. So before we close, let me ask you one final question, and do not answer it out loud. Answer it with action. What is one thing you will stop doing this week that does not move you forward? And what is one thing you will protect no matter how busy things get? Those two choices will matter more than any technique you have ever learned. Because success is not built by doing everything. It is built by doing the right things long enough. This is the philosophy behind this channel. This is why we call it Success Made Simple. Not because success is easy, but because the path is clear when you strip away the noise. If this message resonated with you, if it helped you see your work and your time differently, take a moment to support the channel. Like the video, share it with someone who feels trapped in busyness, and subscribe to Success Made Simple so we can continue building clarity, discipline, and direction together. Because you do not need to work more to win. You need to work with intention. And when you do, your life will finally start moving forward instead of spinning in place.